Hello, brothers and sisters. I know it's been a long time since I've been able to address everyone, so it feels really good to be here today and to be able to speak to you. I know that this year has been difficult for many of us. We're all going through something in our personal lives or at home, and everything that we see on the internet or our news or newspapers always seems to be negative, but I want us to be focusing on the positive things that have been happening this year. And a lot of really amazing and a lot of really important things have been happening. This summer I've been incredibly busy going to different places, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what happened in Holland this year. Over 1,300 people came and were with me in Rotterdam for the crystal ceremony, where one of the amazing, ancient, very important crystals was given to Holland to represent the northern countries. The reason why this crystal was given to the northern countries is because this is the area on planet Earth where humanity is really starting to live from the heart and to open themselves into a higher, a more beautiful way of being. Those from the northern countries of Denmark, Sweden, Holland, Norway, Germany, these areas on our planet are really flowering with people starting to live from the heart and live from kindness and compassion. And they're really setting an example for the rest of the world. This is why the crystal was to be sent to Holland. Holland being a place filled with water. And many of you know that water is a very, very important thing to have when it comes to crystals and sending prayers and blessings into the crystal. Because it's water that is the quickest, fastest conductor of energy. It is what will take the prayers from the crystal and spread them into every other particle of water almost simultaneously. And of course, we all know the water does something amazing. It evaporates, carrying the prayers with it into the air, into the atmosphere, where the prayers then are sent to the other particles of moisture, and then they're gathered in clouds. And soon then it rains again, and your prayers are sent back down to planet Earth in the rain. So Holland is a very important place for this crystal to go because of the amount of water that is there. This ceremony was so spectacular, as many of you tuned in all over the world. We had 1,300 people there for the ceremony, sending prayers to the crystal with me. And it was also broadcast live. Over estimated 100,000 people from all over the world tuned in to share their prayers, give their prayers for humanity, for the healing of planet Earth all together. 68 different countries. It was the most amazing and the largest coming together for prayers for Mother Earth. So we did something really beautiful on that day. And many of you wanted to know more about what happened after that day. So I'd like to share a bit about what actually did happen with the crystal. A couple of days later, we took this beloved crystal with all of your prayers and intentions set inside of it, and me with a few other wisdom keepers, a couple of healers, and the Princess of Holland, we all got together where two magnificent ley lines gather crisscross in Holland, and that is the area where we decided to place the crystal. It was a magnificent day, and a beautiful friend of mine, a Mayan woman, gathered soil from each province in Holland and had a little parcel of that to be buried with the crystal as well, where other little small crystals that will link to the grand crystal were also placed in the different provinces to really gather Holland's energy and feel the prayers from all the different places and people in these areas. So this crystal is filled with so many prayers and so many good intentions for humanity to heal, for Mother Earth to heal, so that we can move into a higher frequency, a higher dimension, and to hopefully help switch our consciousness. Our whole goal this year and the last couple of years is to change ego consciousness into love consciousness on our planet. And this is the very thing that we are hoping to do through this great shift, this great change, where so much energy is coming to our planet. We are actually able, with our own love and our own intention, to change consciousness from ego into love simply by being love, by sending healing prayers to Mother Earth, to having a relationship with Mother Earth and remembering she's alive and loving her and loving humanity again. And this is what we're doing in such a big way. We should really celebrate. Can you imagine over 100,000 people gathering together on one day, one evening, all together sending prayers and love for each other. It's truly one of the most spectacular things I've ever got to take part in. And I'm so, so grateful to all of you who did this. And many ask, I wasn't able to tune in on that day. Can I still send my prayers? And of course you can. The crystal is open and is accepting any prayer sent. So sing your songs and send your prayers, and you can connect your prayers to this crystal, which is open, which is running and connecting to the other great crystals that have been placed around the planet. Before I went to Holland for this ceremony in Rotterdam, I was actually in Egypt. This trip was quite amazing. Me and a small group of individuals, we went to Egypt, first to Cairo, but what we did was go down the Nile and we stopped at every temple, every pyramid. A lot of people don't understand that these ancient temples along the Nile all were built with a very specific purpose. Each of these temples have the purpose or the healing ability for each chakra of the human body. So one temple would represent the throat chakra, another the heart, and it goes so on. When I took this beautiful ancient crystal with me to Egypt, we took this crystal to every temple so that it could recharge, reignite, and restart the energies inside these temples that were once used to heal the chakras, to do surgeries even. There's one temple there that they used crystals for medical surgery, even brain surgery. They were healing each other through toning and sound and running energy. We went to each and every one of these temples with this beloved crystal, the sacred crystal that was to be given to Egypt. And it took on the energy of these ancient sacred places. And by the time we went all the way up the Nile and back to Cairo, we were ready to then go inside the Great Pyramid. This is something that I've been looking forward to for so long, something I was shown as a child, and I could hardly imagine that it was actually happening. Me and this very small group of people had the full opportunity and the right to have the pyramids to ourselves and the Sphinx to ourselves. And we went in, and the first thing that we did, we were given access to the secret chambers, and even the chamber below the pyramid itself. You go down a very long, very steep set of stairs that goes to a chamber down with the aquifer that lays underneath the Great Pyramid. In this area, we had the feminine energy. And here we toned and we prayed to start the energy for the feminine down in this area. Also this area, many people don't understand, but underneath every single pyramid, every pyramid on our planet, there's an aquifer that was cut out. The water is there, and these areas are all lined with limestone. Water moving through limestone creates negative energy, and so this chamber would create the negative energy through the water and move up into the pyramid, into the center of the pyramid. At the very top of the pyramid is the king's chamber. Inside the king's chamber there are shafts or squares that have been cut out of the wall, and they go outside. Many archaeologists say these are for air, for breathing tubes to let oxygen into the chamber, but this isn't so at all. These are the holes that actually let the positive charged energy from our sun, from our air, to come into the pyramid. So you have negative energy coming up from below and positive energy coming up from above, and they meet in the middle, which is the queen's chamber. Now remember, they call it the king's and queen's chamber because they believe that that's where they were buried, but this is untrue. I can promise you this: there has never been not one pyramid on our planet that has had a mummy found inside of it. This is just an idea that has been put in our history books, but never has there been found a mummy in any pyramid. They were not for burial chambers at all. They're actually energy machines, and this can be proven. Even today, the negative charged energy is flowing up and the positive is flowing in. What had to happen is the restart, the reboot of energy, and that is the purpose of why we went with this beautiful sacred crystal. We were able to tone in both the king's chamber and the lower chamber, the masculine being the upper chamber, the feminine being the lower chamber, and in the middle we brought these energies together. As the two groups came together from the top and from below into the center, we then had the crystal in the center with me, and we did our prayers. We thanked the Mother in the four directions, and we set our intentions to restart this energy on our planet, to clean the atmosphere, to clean our air from the pollution. Cairo itself suffers the worst pollution on our planet. It is said that breathing one day in Cairo is the same as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. It is quite terrible there. So all of this with the intention to restart this magnificent energy in this pyramid and to help our planet, we began. What we did was started to tone, toning being a frequency, a harmony, and this is what the ancient ones did in the pyramids as well. As we put the crystal in the center, we began our process of prayers and toning, and something truly magnificent happened. I even stopped during the ceremony because I couldn't believe what I was seeing and what I was hearing. First, a deep rumble. It sounded like hearing a jet engine take off. It was so loud and so powerful you could literally feel the energy in your chest. But secondly, what I saw really shocked me. The crystal itself started to spin around. And as I watched the crystal spin, something else started to happen, and a rainbow of colors came out of the crystal and started to spin around the room among all of us. And it wasn't just me that could see it because I could see energy. Everyone saw this. It was really happening. I was so taken aback that I had to pause for a moment and then keep going on with the ceremony. The energy, the colors kept spinning, the sound kept happening until all at once it stopped and we knew we were finished. It was the most exciting day. Once we all gathered ourselves, because we were so emotionally involved in the ceremony, it took us a while to really come to a close and make our way outside of the pyramid. And there, our tour guide and there was a couple others who were our protectors at the area. They had these great big eyes, and the first thing they said was, "What did you guys do in there?" And I just kind of looked at him, and he said that the moment they started to hear the rumble, that sound from outside, they could hear it. The moment they started to hear this, falcons came out of nowhere and simultaneously started to fly clockwise around the pyramid. And while this was happening, something else amazing happened. The moment we were able to step out of the pyramid and step back away from it and look up, we saw then that the entire pyramid was glowing a white light. And it really glowed almost like a heartbeat. It kind of vroom, vroom, vroom. It was so spectacular. We all were just dazed and looking at this energy floating off of the pyramid. By that night, the entire pyramid was glowing. I would say at least 20 feet out from the walls, it was glowing that night. By the next morning, we looked outside getting ready to leave Cairo, and the second pyramid was glowing. And now we've heard that the third started to glow as well. Now that the energy of the Great Pyramid is turned on, it is sharing and restarting, rebooting the other machines that are the pyramids. They are all restarting themselves. It is so amazing to have been able to take part in this and to know that this energy can be restarted and is restarting. Something amazing that I found out now that the crystal was there and the pyramids have rebooted, restarted, is the fact that there in Cairo they can tell you that the pollution in the air is actually 30% less now from the day that we went in and started the energies again. The pollution is lifting. The air is becoming cleaner. People are more at ease, living more from the heart. They are happier and they're sharing this happiness. Although there's so much turmoil going on in Egypt, there is a calmness as well, and something really beautiful happening there. We took the crystal from Cairo and went directly north to the Sea of Alexandria. And this is where the crystal was to go, to be at home. We couldn't leave the crystal inside of the pyramid. We were asked to take it to Alexandria, and so that's what we did. And during the ceremony there on the beach, we gathered ourselves together in a specific way to represent the pyramids and, of course, Orion's belt, which the pyramids are aligned with perfectly. And we swam out and dropped the crystal in the ocean of the Alexandria in the sea. It was so beautiful to know that all of the temples along the Nile, all of the pyramids are now connected together. Their energies are flowing again, and the crystal is in the ocean, spreading all of those prayers and all of the healing and all of that energy around the planet and connecting its energy to the other sacred crystals that have been placed around the globe. So many beautiful things are happening. So many beautiful things. It's really a time to rejoice on our planet and to be so in love with being here. It should be such a joy every day to know that you get to live on planet Earth during such a phenomenal time of great change. It is said that here, the last couple of years, the energy has more than tripled. The energy here on planet Earth has tripled. You can actually take a reading from the soil. And because Mother Earth energy and human being energy flow together, we are the same. It is for us as well. Our energy is 3 times as what it's been. We actually have the opportunity to run at a higher vibration than ever before. We're able to connect to our higher selves more easily. We're able to be in tune more so than we've ever been before. And we are experiencing these in so many different ways. We are becoming much clearer to the other side. We are now starting to listen to that still small voice that leads and guides us. We can realize that we are connected to our great I Ams. It's your soul, your great I Am, that led you to come here today. It's the very thing that gave you the opportunity to come here, to send a small spark of yourself to planet Earth, and to be the one to be here during this change, to give it your best, give it your all, the purpose of why you are here. And it's us living from the heart that will literally change this planet. It is our entire purpose for the tribe of many colors to come together, all of us from all walks of life, and be the best that we can be. With this much given energy, with this much openness and love, we can change, we can literally change Earth consciousness from ego into love vibration. And that's exactly what we're doing in a big way. Just think, over 100,000 people from 68 different countries praying simultaneously for humanity to heal, for us to move from ego into love, for Mother Earth to heal, so that we can all go together into a better world, a new way of being. We're doing it. We're literally doing it. And you can do it every day. You take 5 minutes out of your day to sit down and be in gratitude. Gratitude is the one thing that connects you to your great I Am faster and more powerful than any other way. Be in gratitude for 5 minutes. Fill your heart with that which you're in gratitude for, and your energy literally changes. It goes to the highest frequency it can go. And in this state, if you send love to your planet, if you send love to humanity, you are actually and very literally feeding the consciousness on our planet love. When you feed the consciousness on our globe love, love grows stronger and heavier than the old ego that we're living in today. And the moment love weighs just a fraction above ego, everything flips. And that's the exact thing we're working for. That's what we're doing it for. I just had the great opportunity to go to China and to Beijing. It was a very, very different place for me to go. I've never experienced something so dramatically different than life here in America, but it was a great, great opportunity. And the people there in China are so ready to listen to the message, so ready to join the rest of us, the tribe of many colors on our planet, ready to move forward in love and greater consciousness for the greater good of the planet. It was so beautiful to see this and how many people are truly ready to make a difference, make a change. We took beautiful crystals to the most sacred lake in Beijing, and the elders watch over this lake, and it is sacred to all of them. And what we did was take a small boat, an original ancient Chinese-looking boat, out into this lake, and we said prayers for Mother Earth and for the people all over the world to open their hearts and to change the way we're living into love and let ego go. And we put these beautiful crystals, these large, beautiful crystals, into the lake. After this happened, we all went home, but soon the elders got a hold of us, of China, and they said something amazing had happened. And although I know nothing about ancient Chinese prophecy or sacred teachings, I was told that the elders there claimed on that day the Dragon King had returned. It is an energy, a sacred energy that has not been here for hundreds and hundreds of years, and yet it has returned to their beloved lake. And on that day, something spectacular happened that none of us could have been prepared for, and that is they received more rain than they have ever received for 61 years, right over the lake. It was so much rain that the banks overflowed and the lake spilled out over all of Beijing, connecting to all the other waterways, the rivers, the other water systems. So what happened was all of those crystals containing all of those prayers in that lake overflowed, and it went everywhere into Beijing. And that love and those prayers connected to all of the water, and now it is flowing back out to the sea. And the elders said their sacred energy has returned. Many beautiful things are happening on this planet. All over the world, something amazing is happening. Don't just pay attention to the negativity in our news, but remember amazing things are happening, and we are the ones creating them. When you give love to this planet, when you give love to your Mother Earth, and when you love your brother and sister, you change the consciousness of this world. And as we do it together, we become unstoppable. The precious energy is here. The poles, the magnetic poles are shifting. We are living in 2012 in the greatest shift Mother Earth will ever see. You are here. This is your opportunity to make a great difference. Let's make it together. All you have to do is be love. Remember who you are. Remember the power within you as an individual human being. You have the power to change your world. And just think, if we combine ourselves together, what a power that is. We are here to change our world into something better, to give our kids a beautiful planet to live on. Through love, we can change everything. Love is the answer. I will continue doing this work. I will continue traveling the world, spreading the message. The book is always available with the teachings inside of it. You just have to go to littlegrandmother.net. There you'll find the book. Please share the book with everyone. The message belongs to everyone, that they are love, that they are God and Goddess, and that they can change their world, that they are the great I am. Share the message with all who will listen. Be love, and we'll change this world together. I hope to see you all soon. Stay tuned. I'll keep making these videos. I'll keep sharing the message. And who knows, maybe I'll see you in person someday. Love to all of you. Keep up the good work. Be love. I send my love to all of you, and thank you so much for being the good souls that you are. I love you. Bye-bye.
My family is always here, is a bright star by which I steer. My family welcomes me back and lets me know when I'm starting to slack. My family doesn't give up, doesn't let go when my going gets rough. My family lets me know with their love that I'll always be part of my family.